Yo, 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 welcome everybody to TCR Trinity Competitive Racing, and we are here for round number 10 for the Portugal Grand Prix here in the silver class, and as always in season 13. We are getting down to the final few races in the season schedule, round 10 of 14, so still quite a few races left to go to crown the champion. But we are sadly getting closer and closer to that very own end. Want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight and spending your Tuesday night alongside TCR and with the 18 drivers here tonight in the silver class. We're live on both the YouTube and Twitch, and encourage you to watch on the preferred platform. We're going to need everyone's help tonight, so definitely keep in those comments, predictions, questions. Definitely hit the like button and follow, subscribe if you have not done so already. But don't do it just yet. Hopefully, after some racing, we can convince you to stay here for TCR for the remainder of Season 13. My name is Seafers, and I will be joined alongside Golden Class driver, longtime TCR vet. He's one of the Season 1 originals, D'Angelo. How are we doing?
Hey guys, I'm doing pretty well tonight. Interesting. It's going to be an interesting race. I feel like Portimao is a very interesting technical track, so ready to see some good driving.
Absolutely. This is actually our first time racing Portimao on F1 2021. First time in TCR schedule, although we did see a glimpse of this track in last season's All-Star race, which featured the multiplayer cars and difference of strategy with the mandatory pit stop. Obviously, a few races a few weeks ago, we had the All-Star race at Azerbaijan, so we do have a little glimpse of this race, but this is the inaugural first race, silver class, and the golden class and platinum class have their opportunity to run their first edition later this week on Wednesday and on Thursday. But yeah, I think that's going to be a big learning curve for a lot of people, unless they've had some racing previous in another league, which will help them get a little bit more familiar with the race circuit. But I suspect a lot of drivers are coming in here blind, so to speak.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of drivers, especially tonight, coming in blind, especially on a track like this, it's going to be very hard. Lots of elevation changes, lots of spots where there's not a lot of traction, so really any slight mishap can cause you to ruin your race with a spin.
I've done my fair share of spins, and this is one area right there where Tebow, going up that hill, you're very vulnerable for some spins. There's not just one, but there's plenty of opportunities to spin, and I think we'll see a lot of that today. A few drivers saying in the Discord leading up to this week that it's such a fun track, it's almost like you're driving a roller coaster of a track, up and down, left, right, lots of elevation change. But also others, you know, stressing how much they don't like the track, and I think that is coming to more of, there's not much grip in this track. It's very low traction, and like you mentioned earlier, you know, a lot of spins, probably due to the elevation change and just low grip in this track.
Yeah, the elevation changes definitely have something to do with the low traction, but it's also the way the corners are, I feel like, designed. A lot of uphill corners, a lot of fast downhill braking zones, which can cause you to lock up, and in turn heating up your tires as well, and also can cause you to spin coming out of the said corner.
Now we're riding on board with Tebow, your current silver class championship leader, who last week we had the difference in format, the Bahrain feature for silver and gold in the TCR Grand Prix last weekend, different format. We had two 25% races. Sir Charles grabbed the first one. Thibaut grabbed the second one, although both were able to podium up. But Thibaut still coming out. Oh, he's going to get blocked here with the Haas. And that's not going to help his time. He had purple first and second sector in the Haas. I think he was ready to start his lap. And yeah, definitely hindered the Ferrari there.
Yeah, it looks like McSwim. It almost looked like he was stopping his lap because it looked like he had made a mistake, but he just impeded Thibaut, and that's going to get reviewed by the stewards.
Alright, so let's see if we could drive. Let's go on board with, let's try, oh no, he's on an out lap here. Let's see if we get lucky. I think Sir Vapor's on a lap here in the Red Bull. I'll try to get these standings for everyone. As far as the Drivers' Championship, we have Thibaut at 190, Sir Charles 80 points back with 110. Then comes Blin Machine and the other McLaren at 92. Sir Vapor, who were riding on board, coming around the last corner of Galp. 77 points. And fifth is Rafalk with 70. And as far as Constructors Titles go, we have Ferrari with 229 and McLaren 202. And those are your two championship contenders. You have Williams at 110, Aston Martin 92, Red Bull in 5th with 85. And that is your top 5. Got Palmer coming around the last corner. And a nice exit. Carry him through to the start-finish line. As Rafa Hulk is retired, let's see what happened to the Haas.
De Gabri, 5-place grid penalty. Maybe if that happened, it said he had made contact with Rafa Hulk, so
yeah, let's try to find the AlphaTauri here. You see the Haas on the left. He's got no front right wheel. The whole wheel's knocked off of it, so maybe a little clumsy in or out lap by the pair. But that leaves Rafa Hulk. If everyone sets a lap time, he'll be P18 with a lot of drivers to overtake. Also I think this is a debut driver in the Alfa Romeo, Lucas Paul. First time in the silver class and here in TCR. Currently P4, so he looks quite competitive as he's only 1,000th off of the Red Bull Sir Vapor.
You gotta love these debutants because you really don't know what they're capable of, but Lucas Paul with a P4 so far, looking pretty solid for the race.
I love new drivers because we don't have a track record. Like you said, we have no idea what they're capable of, and it looks quite strong with when you could qualify, you know, within a tenth or so of the top time, which is now Sir Charles at a 19.39.
The fellow McLaren brother.
And Blin Machine's coming out of the pits, and this is kind of a trend from Blin. It seems like he never gets a lap in until like 5-6 minutes to go, almost his last run. I don't know if he's had invalidations, if he's still getting ready by the time he sits down, but that definitely hinders your progression in the qualifying, because you don't have previous laps to go off of. And even Sir Charles, that was his first full-time lap that was recorded, which put him provisional forward, then takes over. Camden now takes over.
Yep, Camden with a 1:16.8, very solid lap. Also forward did take over Charles as well. So these drivers getting into the 1:16s now more regularly. As you said, not getting a lot of laps in can hinder you because you don't have the mistakes that you did on last lap to try to correct those. So you really don't know what you can do in the final laps.
Let's go on board with Syrah, if I could find him here. He's in the pit lane, so he must have invalidated. Blend Machine starting his first lap. Let's see if Blend Machine gets on the board. We'll ride on board one half of the McLaren. Turn one's very easy to invalidate, and that could be his trouble. Kinda takes a conservative line into one. Uphill corner, also an exit, easy to invalidate also. Light on the rear, easy to spin. Purple first sector for Blinn.
Solid lap so far. Can he put the rest of the track together? So he heads toward this weird uphill braking zone.
And I think that's where you'll see a lot of drivers lose it, as you still have the tire of Rafa Hulk there on the left.
Purple second sector for Blinn.
And can he round off the last corner to get a nice exit? Let's see. It seems like it'll be a nice handy lap. Let's see if it's all there. No, piece 12. Wow. We must have had...
it looked like he had lost a lot of time in Sector 3, it looked like.
Yeah, either that or just a timing and scoring glitch.
The game duped us.
The game wanted to give Blinn some camera time. Told him he was first in both the first two sectors.
We are getting word that towards the end of the race, rain could be on the way.
You definitely don't want rain around this track. I mean, it's difficult enough in the dry, but that will definitely spice things up later in the Grand Prix. You see some clouds here right now. I don't know if that correlates into the qualifying, into the race rather. But anywho, 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in qualifying. And most drivers should be coming on out, as you see Thibaut and Monkey, the Alfa Romeo. We got DeGabri on a lap. He decided to go a little bit early. Let's see if the new driver of Lucas gets out of his way on the next DRS straight. He's sweeping his tires, yeah, and he does so correctly. Good job. DeGabri's got 28 points on the season, currently P13 in the championship. It's been a very competitive grid this year, as DeGabri will not improve with that invalidation. T-Brum is also on an invalid lap currently.
All these invalidations gonna be. Sir Vapor is on a lap. 1/10 up through sector 2.
Gets that car rotated nicely. Kind of missed the apex. Went for a little wider line, takes a nice shallow entry. And only improvement of a 10th. We have also Camden on a lap. Marginal improvement. I don't think this will be pole, but it could help him keep second. That's a 0.7. Let's go
Forward is up a 10th.
Yep.
In sector 1.
Jonah was invalidated, the other AlphaTauri. We also have some Ferraris coming in. We'll get to them shortly. Let's Tebow up another 10th and a half on what was already a nice lap here with a 16.6. He's definitely shown he's been the quickest driver. The only one really challenging is Sir Charles. But now we got some new drivers on the grid. Let's see if that changes here tonight. 16.4.
It's a great lap. Can someone dethrone that lap? As Camden Luca, it looks like he has backed out 2 seconds over his last time. Does Ford have an answer? Goes P2.
Got Palmer still. 10th and a half up won't be good enough. Let's see if it gets him in the top 5. Yes, it does.
As Omega coming around now. Only 2/10 up on his time. Improves.
And that'll do it. So Tebow in the Ferrari will claim another pole position.
DeGaubre does have that 5-place grid penalty as well. So instead of 9th, he will be starting 14th.
You don't usually see many of those grid penalties, but that must have been a big one. And that is Tebow's 7th pole position of the season. And he's converted 4 of those pole positions for wins, so he's 4 for 6 when starting on pole. This one can go either way, number 7. It could be 5 for 7 or 4 for 7. I just want to thank everyone for tuning in on both YouTube and Twitch. We should be joining up here shortly for the race. Start to leave your predictions down below and check the description on the YouTube side of things. We still have around 4 or 5 rounds left in the championship. So if you still want to join Season 13, you still can. We still have some reserve seats, very few full-time seats in all the classes. So head over to the website and sign up. We also have some TCR merch on there in the meantime if you wanted to go check it out. We got hoodies, jerseys, caps, mugs, and more. And we also have the Fantech affiliation link and Drink Alchemy down below. Use code TCR at checkout to save 10% on your order. Alright, D'Angelo, what are we thinking here? I'll give you, since you're the guest here tonight, what's your top 3?
I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna say forward for the win. Tebow falls behind in P2, and then I'm gonna have Sir Charles round out the podium in P3.
Looks like you had those all planned out. Well, obviously I can't go with Tebow since you picked him, although he is quite strong when starting on pole position. I'm going to go alternative. We're going to go down the order a little bit. I like Not Sir Vapor in the Red Bull. Did a practice session with him, I think, yesterday. His race pace seemed quite nice. So I'm going to put him on the top. I think it's going to be a crazy race, so avoiding penalties and also carnage will definitely bode you well. We'll go P2 with Tebow, and P3 I'll have, let's do the debut driver. We don't have much of a track record, but usually they're a little bit more prepared for their first race. We'll put Lucas up there in P3 to show a strong start by the Alfa Romeo driver.
As we saw the predicted race strategies, it looks like it'll be a 2-stop for most drivers unless we have a safety car, which don't want to put the commentator's curse, but it might happen. Possibly.
Likely.
Didn't want to say it.
I think on lap 1 we're going. Alright, the drivers are lining up. You see how they're sat up and they kind of go down. It's a very weird start-finish straight. And you go up and back down again. Very weird. Not much room in turn 1. Not much room in turn 1.
Who can get the better start to turn 1, because I feel like the inside guy is going to have the advantage.
As we get the lights here for round number 10 of the Silver Class Portugal Grand Prix. Let's do it. So we get a nice onboard here from all the drivers spreading out. Tebow takes control of the lead. AlphaTauri slips in behind, followed by Camden. Sir Charles down the inside on Gott Palmer. The other Gott Palmer a little bit off track. Sir Vapor and Palmer side by side through 4.
Have us yellow flag sector 1. It's Sarah around, and that just makes his start to the race even worse. Starting in P18, that just made it even worse.
Little argy-bargy into the hairpin, the Red Bull and Jonah. Side by side, Jonah yields. Chibar and Blind side by side into the tricky uphill section. Chibar with the nice traction around the outside gets Blind Machine, who is the first driver on the medium tire doing the alternate strategy.
Yeah, relatively clean through this first lap so far, but once the slipstream and DRS start hunting, things are going to get really interesting.
Also, we have some quick drivers in the back. We got Monkey Mafia, Rafa Hulk, and Santop. We're almost going 3 wide here in the back.
We have a battle for P4. Sir Vapor getting a decent run on Sir Charles, but backs off into T1.
Maybe down the inside. Goes for a look.
Charles gave him the space.
And he set him up really nicely. He went off track though, and you do a few more of those, that'll give yourself a penalty.
Here comes Lucas Paul now. He's getting in on this battle as well. Formula Jonah goes down the inside of T-Brum. They're fighting it out now.
T-Brum gets the position at the inside line. Jonah will have to wait one more go around. We have a yellow in the back. That's Mick Monkey. Went for a spin. He's the first spin of the day. That'll be in turn 8. Looking at the track map earlier, that's actually called Samsung.
Good old Samsung.
I wonder if that's a sponsor or if that means something in a different language, which is probably Portuguese, Spanish.
Sir Vapor using a lot of ERS, trying to get past Sir Charles. That's not really a good idea if you can't get past him.
And Blin Machine for 10th on those medium tires, getting past Chibar. DRS will now being able to see Chibar and Blin, a DRS flap getting opened. So we have more spins in the back. That's going to be Omega. Went for a slight spin. Tebow out front controlling the gap, 8/10. So he didn't quite get away from forward. Who's behind?
Yeah, Ford still staying in with that DRS gap. However, he's only gaining, it looks like he's only gaining on the straights with DRS, as Omega is our first person with multiple warning penalty.
And that was crucial. Forward was able to keep in with the DRS, and that's going to gain him a huge down the front straightaway. And again, between 4 and 5. We have Formula Jonah with DRS pass on Tebrum. Tebrum did not have the DRS, and you see how powerful that is. You have a little bit of a gap between P8 and the front 7.
Mixed Swim with a penalty, and someone has went around. Looked like Mixed Swim went around off the track into Lagos.
And you see Monkey Mafia trying to get through on the straightaway here. Should be an easy move. Oh, we have another spin. That's going to be Rafa Hulk in the Samsung corner.
Good old Samsung as forward within 6/10. Is he gonna have a nice run out of the corner heading onto the DRS straight? Looks like he got a nice exit. Very nice exit. He will have DRS. No ERS deploy. Is he gonna have a look? He holds back.
Yeah, turn 1's just so high speed. You really have to be up alongside, like Sir Vapor was on Sir Charles. That's for 4th. Another spin in the back. That's Omega.
Omega will be getting blue flags here in a second, it seems.
Forward keeping in touch with Tebow, not making a move into turn 5 into the hairpin.
Oh, it's Tebrum around. Tebrum and DeGabri have gone round.
He must have contact.
Here comes Santo. Going down the inside of DeGabri. DeGabri holds after the spin.
You gotta watch come through this corner with your tires might be up to heat. And you see Tebrum went for a spin. DeGabri does a little bit better this time through the Samsung corner. Coming back down the front straightaway. Let's see if forward is a little closer this time. 6/10, beginning with the DRS now.
Use the little ERS coming out of the corner. Is it going to help him at all? Still gaining, but no, he stays back.
Whew, that could have been a penalty, a little bit of a warning from Tebow. Definitely went off track. Doesn't look like he could hook it up through the first sector. I feel like the middle and third is where Tebow kind of starts to pull away.
That's Ford. getting decent runs through the corners.
Oh, we got a Chabar and Blinn. Chabar goes for a move in turn 5, gets Blinn Machine. He still has the soft tires. They should be working quite well for him.
T-Brum with a penalty. Ooh, forward getting a little loose out of Sagrees.
I feel like forward's kind of content just sitting behind Tebow, saving some of his stuff, because he's not using any battery on the straight. He's using the DRS, which closes him up. But since turn 1's so high speed, you really can't go side by side. You got to be really pulled up alongside. Sir Charles is off the track. Lucas went for a move and maybe pushes Sir Charles off the track. A little bit of avoidance going on.
Both Tebow and forward, along with Camden and Not Sir Vapor, all these drivers are under 40% battery. A spin in sector 2.
No, you know what? I think that was him getting the blue flags, and he did so appropriately, getting out of the way, which is always nice. Very hard when you get lapped this early in the Grand Prix, and the game doesn't let you get that lap back under safety cars, so it's pretty much race over from now. Forward still has another opportunity here.
Just playing the long game. Trying to force Tebow into a mistake, it seems.
I think if forward wanted to, he could definitely get past, but he's really content just sitting behind. And the question is Camden? I think he's also content.
I believe Camden's going to let these two fight it out, and then just be the bystander in case one of them or both of them punt each other.
You know, Sir Vapor's kind of playing as the shield. Well, yeah, he's creeping up a little bit. He's around that 2 seconds. He's carrying that penalty, but he's not getting the DRS. So if everyone could just stay in line in the top 3, kind of build yourself a gap. If this thing stays green, you kind of say, all right, at least one of us 3 are going to win it.
Forward opens up the ERS. He deploys the battery within 2/10 now. So we head to the straight. DRS flies open. He's going to go down the inside. Forward is your new leader of the Portimao GP.
Yeah, I like that. Putting some pressure on the championship leader.
And here comes Camden now as well.
Now, does Tebow fight now? No, he's quite low on the battery, maybe on the next straightaway. It's getting around that pit stop phase. Next few laps, you might see some of the drivers getting off the softs.
I feel like some drivers' pit windows have opened this lap. The Raw with a 3-second time penalty.
Chibar closing up to the back of Jonah. He's got the DRS this time by Blinn Machine. He was fighting with Chibar a little earlier on in the race, but I think the softs kind of took over a little bit. Now the medium should start getting back, but I think Blinn's really struggling on this first set here, as we see Sir Charles.
Yep.
Be the first one to come into the pits. Should be the medium tire.
It is the medium tire. The McLaren switch positions, but here comes DeGaubre and Rapahulk. As they are now passed, as Rapahulk going down the inside. Pushes DeGaubre wide. And Rapahulk is up into P10.
And that's an early pit stop from Sir Charles compared to his competitors. That puts him back in the P14 and right behind traffic.
A very interesting call as the top guys are now do not seem like they want to pit yet.
Might get some to bite here to react to Sir Charles forward. Let's see what the leader does in this race.
He stays out. Tebow's going to have a nice run though. No battery but straight DRS.
And Tebow gets back the lead in this race, but he's carrying Forward and Camden. We have a lot of field spread right now.
Yeah, everybody is pretty spread out except for like the top three are clumped together. There's a lot of clumpage.
Yeah, there is a lot of clumpage. You got the top three, then you got the next three. You got Sir Vapor, Lucas, Palmer. You could throw Sir Charles in there as well. Then you got Chabar, Jonah, and Blinn. A lot of clumpage going on. Add that one to the vocabulary. Oh, Sir Vapor spins it out of gulp. The last corner into...
That's
oh,
gonna
man.
cause him to come into the pits.
Absolutely. Yep. And that could have hindered anyone else from coming in as well, as they saw a stranded Red Bull on the pit entrance. That might have hindered a few drivers, maybe Chabar, Jonah, go one extra lap. We have also a Mega spinning back into the grass. And at this point, it's definitely something's not going right with that Alfa Romeo.
Ooh, Camden lost a lot of time to the top two. I wonder what happened. As Omega spins again.
Yeah, at that point you got to bring it in and retire the car, because one of those spins, an untimely spin, will definitely take out another driver. Something's not right on that car. He's already a lap down. There's not much you can do at that point. And that might be what he's doing. He is in the pit lane. Let's see the top three. Tebow pits. Forward pits. Camden stays an extra lap. Omega retires from this race. Camden takes over.
Palmer in P2. This is the time for Camden and Palmer to push as fast as they can.
Lucas pitted the previous lap. He put on the hard. Sir Charles comes out right behind.
As there's Omega's DNF car.
Yeah, but this is
being
gonna
glitchy.
Sir Charles, he went for the move. I wonder if he got an illegal overtake. And now look, yeah, you got Omega right on the apex, and it's not him, folks. It's the AI. You got to be careful. Oh, one Alfa Romeo took out another Alfa Romeo. He's got no wing damage to the debut driver of Lucas. He's gonna have to pit again.
Oh no, that's terrible. Bugmaster's at it again.
Yeah, I honestly don't know why that's a feature in this game. You go into the pits to retire the car appropriately.
And the car comes out.
And the car comes out like an idiot. Right onto the track. I don't understand that one. When there's a garage right there. Palmer pits, Camden goes long. Blinn, using the alternate strat, will have Jonah on the straightaway.
Camden is about 22 seconds ahead of Tebow and forward, so it'll be interesting to see where, after Camden's pit stop, where he will end up.
And Palmer pits, he's behind Charles. Chibar pits. He should be... Oh, he's going to be right behind the Red Bull, right in front of the Red Bull. No, right behind the Red Bull. That's right, but remember he spun on the last corner.
As Raffahulk is holding up forward. Forward needs to get past Raffahulk here. Goes down the inside.
Almost touching the rear wheel with the front wing, and Raffahulk goes around. That's his second spin today. We got another yellow. We got some local yellow glitch going on.
Camden stays out for another lap on those soft tires. Very interesting call here.
Formula Jonah's in the pits. So that leaves Camden, the only driver yet to pit from the soft tire. Obviously the medium runners are still out, and with that you have pretty much only Raffahulk and Blinn Machine. Now, if Camden decides to go really long, he might even... A spin from either Monkey, T-Brim, or Lucas could put them a lap down, so they gotta be careful. I don't think they'll catch him, obviously, with the tire differential, but... Due to the field spread, we could have some lap cars if this thing stays green.
Yeah, we really could. And that could shake up with things as people trying to get past, trying to take for the lead. That'll be very interesting.
Palmer's the closest driver to another, and that's for 6th. Now this is crucial with this, how the pit stops have changed this race, because Tebow now is 2.3 seconds on forward, and Camden decided to go long. He's obviously going to be losing some time. So this should put Tebow back net P1, as got Palmer gets a nice easy overtake on Raffahulk, who is under the 10% of the battery. Just at about a halfway, a little under, here in Portugal, round number 10 of the silver class. Want to thank everyone for tuning in. This is definitely shaping up to be a good one, and remember, we do have some rain possibly coming at the very end of the race.
I could throw a wrench in everything.
Oh, no.
Camden Luca lagged.
Oh no. Oh man, I don't know, maybe D'Angelo, if you have him on your list, let's try to get him back in here. As we have a nice train going on with McSwim leading it. Monkey going around the outside, inside for turn 4. You really can't fit 2 through there. And if there was a race to decide on who has the most penalties, it definitely would be McSwim. He's got 18 seconds. McSwim really holding up. Lucas gets side by side through with the Red Bull. Down the inside, gets it momentarily. T-Brim fights back around the outside. And it's going to be Lucas. But, oh, T-Brum down the... a little dive bomb. A little bit of contact. And it'll all do it again.
I have re-invited Camden, but his AI put on the hard tires, so this is going to be very interesting.
This is also going to be interesting. Got 4 drivers here. Lucas on McSwim. McSwim's got no battery left. Monkey's going on the Red Bull. McSwim is now defending, middle of the track. Monkey gets the inside, hits with the Haas. No, he hits with... He hit the inside of the Haas McSwim. That thing's a tank. He just kept going.
He just kept on moving.
Oh, more contact. The Red Bull's off. And McSwim takes the position again.
These guys do not care. They are having fun.
Man, that must be Kevin Magnussen in that Haas.
Rappa Hulk gets by Palmer.
We got a spin.
Vapor. I think, no, it was Camden. It looked like someone was going really slow. As Palmer goes into the pits, does Palmer have wing damage?
Possibly. You don't want to be on those hards either, which Blinn decided to put on. He pitted a lap ago, and instead of the medium soft, he decided to do the medium to the hard tire.
As Palmer did have wing damage. These guys in the back right here, they might cause a safety car. They'll throw a wrench in everything.
There's so much action going on. It's very hard to keep track of. But out of that battle for the end of the pack here, Lucas was able to get past and up to 14th. He has some work to do. Remember, he got some damage with his teammate. Retiring, his AI car came back onto the track, and you see Monkey DNFing here. T-Brum might do the same. He might just pit for a new wing. Yep, I think that's what he's going to do here. So we got 2 retirements, both of Ferrari engines.
Formula Jonah pretty close to Blinn Machine within that DRS range. So with a Sector 1 yellow.
Yeah, no, that's going to be
the AI car.
That's going to be Monkey Mafia. Ravahol comes into turn 1. Oh, and this is not going to be fun.
As the car finally pulls off, and Formula Jonah does pull off the move against Blinn Machine, moves up into P7. Blinn Machine actually going for the 1-stop with the hard tire. If that rain does come, it'll throw a wrench into his plans, but he will have track position at the end of the race on these hard tires. Mixed swim, lots of penalty.
Yes. I tell you what, I think he's going to get disqualified in this race, and I don't remember the last time someone's got disqualified in a race for too many penalties.
We might be doing it on purpose.
We might have to find the stat for that one. I don't know if our TCR stats department can go that deep into finding those statistics, but I'm sure we can dig a little bit. And this is kind of what I like. I really do like a just green flag race. You kind of get a feel for the race, let the race kind of unfold until you have something like that. And who's this? McSwim, yes.
Spun right in front of Sir Charles.
And that's going to pick up where Formula Jonah... was it Formula Jonah? I think it's Formula Jonah.
Sir Vapor. Rappa Hulk's mediums are struggling now. Sir Vapor going around the outside. Going into Portimao. Gets the move done. Sector 2 yellow.
Yep. McSwim letting off for Blinn. I got a little nervous. You kind of have to hold your breath with some blue flag cars sometimes. But all is fair.
Will Rafa Hulk go into the pits here? No, he stays out for now.
We got Santo.
Santo disqualified from session.
Oh, wow. That's a big one. Man, he was way off the grass.
He must have had a really bad spin.
Speaking of disqualifications, not for penalties, just for a massive spin. He went really far off track and got
disqualified for going the wrong way.
Which I disagree with. I mean, he was probably didn't know where he was up in that mountain of grass. Just trying to get that thing back going around, and
he got punted.
Yeah. The game doesn't give you much warning either, you know. A nice 5-10 second would be nice.
They're just like, nope, disqualified.
Oh, we've been getting this glitch, the kind of flashes of yellow all throughout. It's very offsetting.
Another one.
Yeah. But anywho, we're on lap 22 of, well, what's going to be 22. Yep, we're on 22. Of 33. Rafa Hulk still 21 laps on that tire. Did he pit? Let's check. Yeah, no, he did not. He's the only person not to pit in this race.
Wonder if he's holding out for the rain if it comes a little earlier than expected. And it gets pretty bad. So we keep getting these local yellows for no reason.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like rain is coming at the moment. I mean, you see some clouds in the area, but we saw that at Imola. Didn't really rain. And when I mean Imola, I mean the real F1 race last weekend. Do you want to maybe check for penalties in the top three if you go through the race director? Let's see what the top three are dealing with. Thibaut, Forward, and Sir Charles. Let's see how many warnings they have, because that could definitely dictate who's got the advantage in the final 10 laps here.
All right, we are looking for Thibaut's first.
Is the closest driver still on track is only Rafa Hulk, still in the DRS of Sir Vapor, with that huge difference in tires.
I see no warnings for Mr. Thibaut. But for Forward, McSwim has finally
he's
retired.
out, and this could be, yes it is, safety car for McSwim.
Wow.
And we go on board with one of the Aston Martins. You see, wrong Aston Martin. There's the Haas stranded on the outside of the track. And we'll ride on board with Syrah. Very easy to spin out of turn 4. And he was just on the left there. Marshall's doing a great job.
As Thibaut and Forward do dive into the pits, what is Sir Charles going to... He should react here. Yes, as he is reacting. Sir Vapor, he is also reacting. Rafa Hulk is now coming into the pits. What a great job on those mediums. Rafa Hulk is now in a good position. Chibar comes in. Jonah comes in. Berlin is now coming in.
And it is chaos in the pit lane.
Safety car in the late stages of the race with rain approaching. The clouds are starting to brew even bigger now.
Aston Martin's going to double stack here. Let's check this double stack out from Aston Martin. First serve into Gabri. In comes Got Palmer.
Not terrible double stack.
Nicely done from the Aston Martin.
as he does get ahead of Lucas Paul. So both Aston Martins in the top 10 still.
And T-Brum and Camden should also come in this lap. It's going to be a few laps till T-Brum continues on. He'll be the only driver on mediums. He is a lap down, I believe. Is this correct? Let's see the... Yeah, Camden is a lap down. He's going to be right behind Rappa Hulk, and it's really not his fault at all. It was all the AI's fault when he got disconnected from the session.
Put on the hard tires, and then he had to put on his tire that he wanted.
Yeah, I think he might have got some wing damage, if I remember correctly. That brought him into the pits, and also in this game, I don't know why unlapping cars can't unlap themselves. Once you're lapped, then you're lapped. That's it. You got to do the old-fashioned way. Got to get the lap back legit. It's going to be a few laps because there's quite a field spread here. But I just want to thank everyone for tuning in for the silver class tomorrow. The golden class, same time, same place, 8:45 Eastern Standard Time. And platinum class is on Thursday. That will also be their Portugal race. Next week we are in the beloved and famous historic Spa, little Belgium, round 11.
Good old Belgium.
And that's going to be the last time. I don't know, well, probably not last time. I don't know if the next game will feature the updated track, but they're making renovations to Spa. Would like to see what those come with around the Erouge and Radion corners, some other corners giving some extra room and space at Spa.
Safety car is in this lap.
Oh, so what happened to Forward? Forward is... Something happened to Forward. He lost track position, and... I don't know if that was a glitch or what, but Sir Charles takes over. He's going to have a great opportunity here to put the pressure on Tebow, the top two in the championship. With... Oh, everybody's getting penalties here. Yep. That's going to be a long review session. Tebow gets the go-ahead.
What in the world just happened there? It's two people coming to the pits at the end of the safety car. Homer and Sarah. And they have retired.
Rafa goes deep into 3. And the top 2 and Forward all penalty free, so that should be your top 3 if they can stick with this group and stay and remain penalty free.
Gordon going around the outside of Vapor.
Well, it could be side by side through Samsung up the corner.
Very well done. They're
the
still
Red
side
Bulls
by side. The A and the B.
Through Portimao.
Forward gets the move done, but here Vapor's not backing off yet.
Great stuff from both the Red Bull and Red Bull sister team. Another penalty, though, unfortunately, by Sir Vapor. Barely off in the track extension there. Is that some rain? Possibly? No?
Oh, it's coming.
I thought I saw a little a dribble. That could have... I don't know what that could have been. Maybe a spark.
As soon as you see the dribble on the car, it is now raining.
Maybe not yet. Maybe, false alarm, false alarm.
False alarm number 1.
Top 2 pulling away from forward. You got Tebow and Sir Charles, these two neck and neck the entire season. Tebow getting a little bit more of an advantage throughout. But Sir Charles, he's no slump at all. Season 12 Silver Class champion, and Tebow debut season rookie driver in TCR, putting the challenge to the former champion. And yet again, we have Ferrari versus McLaren, the top 2 drivers going head to head, mano a mano.
DRS should be enabled this lap. DRS is now enabled on lap 28.
Yeah, so we'll get it for the next straightaway with the detection zone between turn 4 and 5. Almost everyone should get it, and a forward has to do a little bit through here. He's barely gonna miss out. No DRS for forward. Thankfully, it's only a short straight.
Charles slowly creeping on Tebow. This will allow forward, if they start fighting, this will allow forward to catch back up.
One through 7, all very close to one another.
As we are waiting for the rain to start falling, it's pretty dark outside now.
Don't stay out too late. It's getting dark. It's getting rainy. Alright, let's see what Sir Charles can do. Half a second from Ferrari. This will be his first opportunity to go for the lead.
Does not deploy the battery, surprisingly. Guess he's going to wait.
And you heard he had to let off the throttle a little bit. You heard that by the engine.
Berlin gets a penalty. This is allowing forward now to look at forward catching up now.
Top 3 still clean on the penalties. And I tell you what, DeGabri, if he could stay just with them, he is going to shoot up the standings from P10, possibly get himself a top 5.
Very possible. Rappahulk with another penalty as well. Ford very close to Charles. But Charles getting good runs. Tebow losing a lot of time to Charles all of a sudden, having to use the battery. Charles managing his ERS, making Tebow use some.
Forward has 3% battery. Very poor management with no positions to go along with it. And you see Tebow as well, under the 10%. You saw the light blinking.
Yeah, Charles is at a big advantage here with 3 laps left.
And Tebow used a lot of his stuff to stay ahead of Sir Charles, try to break that DRS zone in the first 3 laps of the safety car restart. Unable to do so successfully. And now he's at a huge disadvantage, like mentioned. He's leading this race. He's got Sir Charles right behind him with the DRS. He's got significant loss in battery.
Forward, even with the low battery, he gets the double slipstream though as well, so he stays in this fight. This race is all but over.
Sir Charles
using more battery at 5%.
Charles under pressure a little bit by forward. Charles uses some battery here. Does he use it down turn 1? No, very close. I think Charles is trying to set up a move for turn 5. I think if I'm Charles, I want to go for the overtake now.
He's going to stay back.
Charles knows Tebow's got no battery left. He's got his number, but he's got to be careful because he also has forward and Sir Vapor right behind him, and they're going to be a little bit more eager to get past. If it was only the two of them, I would say, you know what, stay back, wait till the last lap, last opportunity, then dump your battery. But you got to just keep an eye in the mirror as T-Brum spun around out of Samsung.
Tebow getting a little squealy there through that corner. Allows Charles to stay within less than half a second. Tebow got to dump more battery out. At 2% battery for Tebow.
Yep, Charles is dumping. Charles is
He's
going
down. He's going to try it.
Change for lead. Sir Charles takes
Lap
P1 off.
32 of 33. Now forward, it's the battle of low ERS now. Forward. What will he try down this straightaway?
Yeah, I just don't know how powerful. Blinn Machine's
Oh,
out.
Blinn.
Other half of the McLaren, they were on for some good points, and Blinn out of turn 4. We saw McSwim retire earlier on.
Yep,
and you
he's
see
on
the
left-hand
McLaren.
side. Forward putting the challenge on Tebow now.
Coming to the final lap. DRS detection zone and just a few more corners. It's right at the last possible section of the final corner of Galp.
Sir Charles still has a bit more ERS than Tebow, so Charles does have the advantage.
All right, let's see it. Tebow using his battery. He's already out of battery. It's all DRS from this point forward. Charles still has 10% more
Here comes
benefit.
Tebow with the double slipstream. Or not Tebow, forward.
Charles defends into 1. Still your leader. And it's all about this exit out of turn 4. Last DRS zone of the race. As you see, possible rain spurting on the last lap. Gets a bump. Tebow bumps the back of Sir Charles. All is fair. And bring the car home. It's very hard to overtake from the rest of this lap.
Forward looking low. Tebow getting a little loose. It's going to allow forward to maybe make a move down up one of these corners here.
Out of Portimao. Into the final big braking zone. Does anyone go for a dive?
I believe forward will try one here going down towards this. No, maybe not.
All about the exit. Keep it clean on the penalties. The top 3
And the
do.
rain starts falling.
Right at the end of the last lap. Does forward have anything to give for Tebow? It's going to be Sir Charles to win the race of the Portimao Grand Prix. The first time here in TCR as it downpours here on the track.
Lucas Paul sets the fastest lap of the race. Lucas Paul will go home with 5 points. He finishes in P8.
I don't know about you, D'Angelo, but I think we were a little spoiled in this race. Very, very nice race indeed. We had
Surprisingly spoiled.
a little bit of everything, if you think about it. We had a little bit of everything. Just enough to make a great race.
Yeah, it was very, very, very good, surprisingly. Really didn't know what to expect. First time actual race on this track in TCR, so it was very interesting to see.
And Going back to the beginning of the race, Thibaut claiming that pole position. He was 4 for 6 when converting those pole positions to wins. He is now 4 for 7, unable to win here today. Charles will close that championship gap a little bit, but only by 7 points. Thibaut will still have a huge championship lead going into the final 4 races. We have Belgium, Australia, Canada, and COTA finale. And that will do it here in season 13. So it's still possible, but Charles definitely would want Thibaut to finish off the podium and very soon.
Yeah, I would agree with that, because Charles puts together a couple good races like this, and Thibaut makes a couple mistakes. We're down to the final race in COTA, fighting for the championship.
And if you have D'Angelo, the drivers on your list, if you can invite them in the party, that'd be great. We will hear from the top 3 of Sir Charles, Thibaut, and Forward. If anyone has any questions, leave them down below, and we will definitely ask. Apart from that, if anyone's heading out, don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the Golden class and Thursday for the Platinum class. It was a good race tonight. I expect the same.
I could not invite
forward.
Thibaut because of his settings.
Alright, maybe I'll try here. Okay, all drivers are invited, and we'll get to the theater shortly. The silver class has been great. I've had the opportunity to commentate all the races thus far. I plan to be here for the remainder. And it's been very fun following this group of drivers. Alright, I think we got a driver in. Oh, there we go. They're starting to pile in here. As my PlayStation kicks in high gear, we're ready for... You guys could definitely hear it, I know that. Probably. Anyway, make sure you guys have the audio sharing settings on for the voice to be shared on the stream. And we will begin with P3 in the AlphaTauri Forward. This is your 3rd podium. Oh, you're good. You got 2 podiums.
Thank you.
I have a short memory, but 2 podiums last week and the double event, and 4th. Yeah, very quick. I had an opportunity to go for the win here today. He still was able to get the podium. What was the trickiest part about this race? Was it the staying penalty free, not spinning? It was a new track. Have you ever raced this one before in a league race?
Not in a league race before, no. But when I first came out on the game, I was playing it all the time, so I'm pretty familiar with it. But it was pretty much like all of those things, just like avoiding penalties. Like, I was on 2 warnings for a majority of the race, and then the safety car incident, I completely lost control of my car for like 10 seconds, so like all the cars got to go by me. I went down to P6, I believe. And yeah, just keeping up with Tebow, it was definitely a good challenge, and really thought I had the pace to win today, but just how it happened. So
That safety car to help you or hinder you now looking back?
I don't know. I mean, I had to be like, because I lost those positions, I had to gain them back to get back up to the podium. So I definitely had to be a little bit more aggressive and take some risks that I normally wouldn't, to get back to my spot. So yeah.
Well, very nice. Good podium. And D'Angelo, any questions for forward here?
Yeah, so you said when you had the two warnings for the majority of the race. Did that cause you to go more conservative throughout your race, or do you think you really didn't change anything?
Yeah, it definitely had to be like in the back of my mind while I was racing, but I constantly had cars that I was trying to keep up with. Tebow and Sir Charles, their pace was great today, like always. So I had to keep it in my mind, but I also had to stay on pace with them. So
Yeah, it looked like you stayed pretty clean throughout the race, and good job on the podium.
thank you.
I also have, well, a question to the floor. Does anyone speak Spanish or French?
No.
Nope.
Oh, no. Alright, well, it'll be one of those quick ones. Let's move on to P2. Tebow, good race. How was it?
Yes, so sorry for my English, it's very bad, but I try to speak with you. No, I happy with the pole. Good lap on the last run, and on the race, a great battle for the forward is very difficult to the driver on the DRS. So the ERS is very difficult to manage here, and great battle. The safety car on the final is a shit, but great battle on the last lap with Sir Charles and forward is a very good fun on this race.
Man, I think your English is better than mine, to be honest. That was really good. Well, very good job, and we'll see you next week for Spa as you try to close and the championship down to clinch it.
Yes, I try.
All right, good stuff. Well, thank you. All right. We will move to P1 of Sir Charles coming around and getting the job done. Definitely the safety car helped you in the long run to get some track position close up. How was the race, and how happy were you when that safety car came out?
Yeah, the race is pretty good for me. I was actually pleasantly surprised. I will be honest, I was not very happy when the safety car came out. Just because, I don't know, I think it's just something with the way this track drives. I thought it was just maybe the setup or maybe it was just slow here, but for whatever reason I'm not particularly good here on full fuel for some reason. So I completely changed my setup and that didn't seem to make a difference because you noticed I was going backwards at the beginning, so. In the moment I thought I was lucky to be in third. I seemed to have the guys behind me covered, and I actually slightly underfueled my car, so I was actually saving fuel, so I was just kind of managing the gap. So I was just content to coast home in third place, because honestly I thought that's, I didn't even think I deserved that really, but yeah, I guess I had more pace than I thought because, on that last run, I felt comfortable pretty much that whole entire last run, and I was kind of, I was kind of caught between two minds, didn't really know how to make the move there, but once I saw Tebow's, his rear light flashing, I knew I had a really good shot, and kind of flipped in my head. It's like, okay, I got a really good shot at winning this, so yeah, it worked out. I've had a few that certainly haven't this season, so I'll definitely take it.
And that is your third win on the season. Last season, your championship season, you were only able to get the 3 wins, if my memory serves me correct, although you were quite consistent throughout, which is kind of what won you it in the long run. Do we see more than 3 wins? What are your expectations to just close the season off, championship or non-championship?
Yeah, Drivers' Championship, not really focused on that anymore. Unfortunately, Tebow's been pretty lights out this season. I'm just kind of focused on, hopefully closing the Constructors down. It's down to 20 points now. In my opinion, we should be leading in the Constructors' Championship. That's another issue, but yeah, it's just kind of, just take each race and just take the opportunities as you can. I like Spa. It's one of my favorite tracks. After that, it's a few unknowns. I somehow managed to win Canada last year, but it wasn't on pace, I can tell you that. So, and then I actually haven't raced Dakota, full 50% race Dakota, because I missed that last year. So, few unknowns, but overall, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
And how pissed was Blinn when he crashed out a few laps to go?
It was a colorful commentary in the team chat, but no, I don't think he wasn't too upset. He was, but he was kind of getting frustrated before then. So, obviously he expected to be up at least in the top 5. So, like I said, things worked out for me, and for other people it didn't, and I felt bad for him, but he'll rebound, I'm sure. So. Yeah, like I said, just on to the next, and yeah, I think we're in a good spot.
Man, nice. Well, I didn't know Blinn does color commentary. He's usually the main, but he will be the main in Thursday for the Platinum class as usual. Doing a very nice job covering the Platinum class. It's been hell of a ride in that one. But D'Angelo, any final questions for Sir Charles here?
No, not really. Just good job coming out with the win. Fellow McLaren driver, love to see it. And hopefully you guys can pull out the Constructors Championship, because you got both of you and Blinn have the pace. And yeah, let's see it.
Awesome. So that'll be it for the post-race interviews. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. D'Angelo, quick summary, recap. Final thoughts from yourself tonight.
I thought it was a very interesting race. First time league race here in Portugal. Saw what a lot of drivers would do for strategy to help my race tomorrow. So, yeah, I thought it was interesting and fun. Lots of carnage and chaos in the end. So, and really, the rain didn't play any feature because it started raining on the last corner. So.
Yeah, anticlimactic, but I don't think we needed the rain to have a good race. It was a good race nonetheless. Well said. Thank you for being my co-com tonight. It was definitely a pleasure. Thank you all for tuning in and spending your Tuesday night here at TCR. We'll do it again tomorrow and Thursday. Check the description to learn more about how you can join. You can join the server, Discord server down below, get some TCR merch down below, sign up. You also have the affiliation link to Fanatec and Drink Alchemy. And apart from that, we'll see you tomorrow for the Golden Class, next week for Spa, D'Angelo and C. Freeze. That'll do it for tonight. Have a good night, everybody.